Okay, so to begin, I will be discussing, yeah. Hello guys. Today I'll be discussing Apollonius or um Boxer Arrest by me. So to begin, I will be discussing the intro. So Apollonius is known for being the creator of the seated boxer. The seated boxer is a ancient bronze sculpture that was created in the Hellenistic period. For a short intro on the Hellenistic period, it happened from 100 BC to 50 BCE, and it usually contained um, sculptures that showed a lot of athleticism, uh, nudity, and emotion when playing the sport. But we'll be getting into why this was important and what makes this a Hellenistic sculpture that is unique from the others. So, to continue on with the intro, um, so it shows a worn out boxer, um, kind of looks defeated, and it's not like the other Hellenistic sculptures where, it may show them succeeding or being looking very athletic. Instead, this one in particular just looks defeated. He's sitting down. He looks uh something that helped me understand this. He looks kind of lazy, like if he were to prefer laying down instead of playing the sport. Um, it's popular because it shows raw emotion and just realism. Everybody experiences, what the seated boxer may be experiencing. Not every athlete wins, and it's just showing the other side of it. So yeah, and he has cuts and wounds on his face that with exposed copper shows that it looks fresh compared to his other skin. And this is just a key this is just a key sculpture in Greek art. So moving on to the contextual background, I will be discussing. Uh, so to begin, it is made of bronze. Uh, and what made this unique is something that I didn't know is a lot of these sculptures would be reused because you could just melt down the bronze. And this shows that it was original because before they were making them out of bronze, it was really cost effective to use to continue using bronze and bronze. So that's why it looks pretty different than the others. So right off the bat, tells us that's original. And for more contextual background, this one is Hellenistic, but it shows uh not so Hellenistic attributes, which is another reason that makes it really important. And and during this era, it really broke the barriers because it looks, it does show emotion, but um usually the Hellenistic sculptures would look young, athletic, still showing that raw emotion, but usually a positive one. This one, on the other hand, looks not so happy. He looks defeated. He looks sad, and you can really see the age on him, doesn't um which isn't really for what Hellenistic sculptures would be like made of, because they'll try to make him young. Right here, I really uh I really like this picture because it shows that his wrinkles right here specifically, it's like the smile mark. And it's just unique to think that they made something different here. For the artistic analysis, um, what I analyze out of this sculpture, this beautiful sculpture, is that it is life-sized. It really gives a sense of pathos because of his defeated look. He looks sad. He doesn't look, happily doing what he's doing, which is boxing. He still looks athletic though. And one thing that I really liked about this sculpture is that they kept the athleticism. I will show you in the next pictures that he looks athletic. When he's sitting down, you can still see his his lats that seem to have definition. His abs seem to have definition. His uh his calves seem to have definition. And I really just emphasized on the next on one of these pictures that he looks athletic, which is good because it's Hellenistic. You could also notice the hollow eyes and mouth that from artistic analysis can symbolize emptiness and most likely that he might have lost. This is because although he might have had eyes, according to smarthistory.org, um, through age, it just shows that it's hollow, which also just gives like a good look because he does look very empty inside. You know, just not just from the sculpture, but he looks sad and he looks, you know, like he lost and it really affected him, it's taking a toll on him. Um, One thing that I also liked was as he's sitting down, it's not very often that you see muscles tensing up, which you can see from his back as well as his calves. Uh, it just shows, you know, it could show many things, not very good things. You know, nervousness, you're tensed up. A lot of athletes, they tense up, they're nervous, they could get injuries. Uh, Also from artistic analysis, I could give you some textures, which is the scars on the skin, the little wounds from getting hit and jabs and, you know, all this boxing stuff. And if we could zoom in right here, he has cauliflower ear, which shows that you know, it's not always smooth, especially for boxers. And although his face does look smooth, it's just the wrinkles, the cauliflower ear, and you know, the really cool details on his hair and his beard. Um, so moving on, the significance. Um, so this is important for, you know, not just in during this era, but in our era too, because this really broke barriers to what people thought of Hellenistic sculptures. Uh, it hides deep meaning with physical appearance, and this is because with really good eyes to detail out everything, you can really point out the, you know, the hard work that they put in. Uh, One of my favorite things that really took me a long time to notice was his muscles. His muscles, although he looks defeated and you kind of expect an Hellenistic sculpture to look athletic, you know, it's just really odd to see him with an athletic build uh, while breaking so much barriers. Um, you can also get from this that this is one of the few Hellenistic sculptures that really broke barriers with an aspect that we usually see, you know, like the discus thrower. He does not look sad. He looks athletic. This, on the other hand, the seated boxer, he's athletic, but he looks sad. That's just very pretty opposite from what we're used to. And moving on to personal interpretation. So my thoughts on this sculpture is, you know, uh, I really enjoyed getting deeper into its meaning as well as its textures. It really surprised me that I was able to point out some important textures that give more context. You know, everyone could say that he looks like he's about to box, but when you look at the wrinkles on the skin, he already did box. So that does mean that he was boxing and, you know, a round is over, which also gives the thought that he he's most likely losing because he looks defeated. He does not look pumped up or anything. That's all for today. Thank you.